Hello everyone, my name is Dallas and I'm passionate about changing lives. Today we're going to be talking about one of my favorite subjects, which is going to be on the selling laws. Listen, it's just like, driving. If you speed, sooner or later you're probably going to get caught. Of course, you're going to have to pay a fine and it's going to cost you money. In selling, if you break these laws, it's going to cost you money. You just might not see the effect right away. Anyway, with that said, let's get started with our selling laws. First of all, you need to understand selling isn't telling. It's asking and then listening. I've had people over the years, you ought to hire this guy because he's a fast talker. And I go, whoa, whoa, whoa. What I'm not looking for is a fast talker. I'm looking for somebody that's quick to hear and slow to speak. Because I don't want somebody that's just like the Italian chef. He's throwing spaghetti against the ceiling, and when it sticks, he knows it's done. Most salespeople, they'll throw things at their potential clients, hoping something sticks. And, if it sticks, they make the sale. If it doesn't, they blame it on the buyer. And we don't want to be like that, do we? Of course, our next selling law is always get your potential client's name and use it exactly how they give it to them. There's nothing sweeter than somebody hearing their name said correctly. Next, you want to refer to their potential clients, either their home, their car, their boat, their plane, etc., as much as possible. It shows that you listen, and of course, listening shows that you care. And people do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. Always refer to your facility or your business name as much as possible. Brand your presentation. I got my logo, on my shirt. Del, why don't you have it on the screen? Well, it's so bright, it just looks like a glow. But if I could, I would. Trust me. ABC, we always want to be complimentary. We never want to put other people down or other services down or anything like that. Okay? Next, we never ever want to argue with our potential clients or fight with them. You might win the argument, you might win the fight, but you'll always lose the sale. Of course, whoever asks the questions leads the conversation. Of course, whenever you get in trouble in the sales presentation, ask questions. I say this, whenever you get in trouble in your personal life, ask questions. Finally, questions are the answer. Now, AIM. This is extremely important, this acronym. Of course, acknowledge. I can't tell you how many times I got sales because I asked people, have you been anywhere else? They say, yes. Did you see anything you like? Yes. Why didn't you buy it? And one of the two would step up and go, I asked that person questions. He didn't even acknowledge me. It was like I wasn't even there. And I'd say, man, I love that guy or that person. They go, well, why is that? I go, because if they would have took care of you and acknowledged, that you're important and you are important, you wouldn't be here buying it now, would you? And we'll talk about that question at the end, okay? Of course, we want to inform and then we want to move on. Now, we never ever want to give our potential client a choice between doing and not doing. We always want to give them a choice between doing it this way or doing it that way. Called the Power of Two, and man, I could teach you a lot on the Power of Two. Vince Lombardi, he would spend one day teaching people on the Green Bay sweep. Just one day. I could teach one day just on this right here. But anyway, we don't have time for that now, so I'm not going to do it. We always want to kiss our presentation. Of course, that's keep it super simple. You see, you could be the smartest guy in the world and be waiting on somebody, but people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So it's huge. Of course, whenever educating your potential client, you want to make sure they're understanding what you're sharing with them. And of course, the best way to get verification that they understand is ask them to, get their take on what you just shared with them. And then we move on. Of course, if you say it, they will probably doubt it. Of course, if they say it, they believe it as truth. So all we got to do is get them to say it. Of course, we use the Power of Two to do this. I was ahead of myself, wasn't I? Okay. Of course, all people do not buy features. What they buy is the advantages that make their lives better. Never make a statement or statements without following them with questions. Okay? Of course, the only reason to make those statements is to prepare the way for the question. So a friend of mine, Mark, said, Del, what you're saying is we need to reverse engineer our presentation. Absolutely. Mark, I give you credit for it. There you go, man. Thank you. Go AATS. What is this? Always assume the sale. You see, when that lady said, it was a lady, I don't know if I mentioned that, she said, the guy acted like I wasn't even there. That's when I said, you know what, I love that guy. If he would have treated you right, you wouldn't be here buying it now, would you? And she said, yes, that is right. She's there to buy. I knew she was there to buy, and guess what she did? Lastly, whenever you ask a closing question, be quiet, okay? Don't talk them in it and then talk them out of it. And, like I said earlier, man, be quick to hear, slow to speak, all right? So I want to thank you for joining me today. That's going to conclude today's tutorial. For those who want to find out more, I have a couple options for you. Of course, change starts with an awareness. And to increase your awareness, you need to be intentional about your own personal growth. You need to stay in a growth environment, and I offer a lot of programs and opportunities to keep you in that type of environment. One of those opportunities is what I call the Masters Mind Group, and that's where we come together about an hour and a half, 2 hours, once a week, 5 to 12 weeks, depending on your budget or how far you want to take this. And I share with you my 47 years of sales and leadership and business experience. For those who want to dig a little deeper and are more interested working one-on-one with me and they want to get on that fast track, now listen, I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to be open and honest with you. If you go south on me in my meetings, I will, have a discussion with you. I'm a very positive person. Every word you share with me matters. By the way, in sales, every word you say matters, every word they say matters, every word the way you say matters, and every word the way they say matters. And I'll go into this deeper in another time. Anyway, if you're interested in something like that, just reach out to me at Del, like the computer, but only one L, DEL, at delhelp.com. My name is Del Ellis. I'm passionate about changing lives. Have a great day.